Okay, we are off and rolling. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight? See, there's already some active people in the chat. I'm gonna hop on a couple minutes early. I just need to get in here and turn up the brightness of the monitor so that I can see. What's happening, guys? How's everybody doing today? All right, let's get in here. Need to adjust this a little bit, don't we? Seems as though we're a little too high. Not sure why this would be different than, there we go. How's everybody doing? Just give me 1 second to get situated. Got to see what's going on here with the camera. And then I'll get to your stuff. All right. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Who is first in here? Chet got a sauna session earlier this morning, ready for another. Oh, twice in one day. Good for you, man. That's awesome. True Provider, no plans. Canada had Thanksgiving October 2nd, as we have ours in the beginning of harvest. Makes sense. Matt deserved a day off. No sauna, just have fun. Yeah, I think I was going to do something pre-recorded tomorrow, but I think instead of doing day 18, I'll just skip day 18, or not skip the day, but I'll do day 18 on Friday. Evan says no problem. Chet says, what's the temperature in Canada, Truth Provider? Yeah, where is Chris in the house? Chris is not in the house. I just saw my phone, though. I think he wanted to come work out. I just didn't get back to him quick enough. Chris is not in the house today, but I think we're going to redo that and try it again. You guys have any suggestions for a theme or a pretty... Yes, I did get a haircut, Jonathan. Let's see. Edwin says, good, got all my pieces of insulation cut today. Tape and wired up tomorrow. Awesome. Yeah, so tomorrow you're going to try it for the first time. That should be pretty cool. I'm curious to see what you think. Was it you yesterday that said you had 5 lights, Edwin? Or was it the other, was it that the 24 by 48 tent? Or were you doing 24 by 48 with your insulation? How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? Good to see everyone. We're still a few minutes early, so kind of just hanging out a little bit. Yeah, okay. The other guy had 5 lights. Cool. Not that there's anything wrong with 5 lights, but I just didn't know if you had a particular configuration for your... Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. A little different. Sometimes they style it different, too. Let's see. Still only 8:57 my time. Been live for about 3 minutes. What do you guys think? Should we wait a few minutes until our regular 9 o'clock time? Currently doing, Gone Seven Chero says, currently doing my regular 1 hour of Stairmasters. Okay. What time zone are you in, Gone Seven Chero? And am I saying that right? Gone Seven Chero? Is that the right way to pronounce your username? I've seen it so many times now. I should have just asked. Is that me lagging? Or is that, I didn't think about that. YouTube might act like a weekend tonight because it is Thanksgiving, and probably there's a lot more people on the internet this evening, much like a weekend or another holiday. Didn't even think about that. Scott says, Dango was telling my wife about the Viking hat and it's absent. Yeah, it is. It's, I need to wash it. It's been used a couple times. It's time for a cleaning, so didn't really feel like it tonight. Nope, not Chero, like Cero. No H in the Cero. Okay. Okay. So is it Gone Cero or Gone Seven Cero? Or is the 7... Am I butchering that too? Edwin says, like the detoxination interview with Dan. Cool. What do you like most about it? Like, what'd you get out of it? Because I think I'll probably do some more, probably do another live and stuff with Dan, maybe on a slightly different intention. And I think it'll be pretty good for folks. What'd you like? What you didn't like? Is there something that you wish we would have talked about or said that we didn't? That would be really helpful and valuable because I could take notes on that and include it. And I did get your emails, by the way. So thank you very much. It's all good, bro. Gonzero is cool. Appreciate your response. Of course. Chet, about 29 degrees Fahrenheit where I am in Ottawa, -2 Celsius. Ooh, a little below freezing. You guys have snow yet? Truth Provider? I think there was, what'd they say tonight? I think they got a couple inches of snow in Maine. I can't remember. About the same in South Dakota, Chet says. Yeah, winter is knocking at the door, but not quite here yet. Getting pretty close. Snowed today a few inches. Snowed a little yesterday in Wisconsin. Oh, wow. Okay. So everybody's gearing up for winter. Cool, cool. What do you guys have any Thanksgiving plans? What are you doing for Turkey Day, Thanksgiving? Well, a couple of you already said, like Truth Provider said they celebrated it in October. I don't even have enough time on it. Okay. I didn't even think about that. Oops. I may have messed that up. I'm like, why am I not sweating yet? It feels awful dry in here. Let's see. Chris says, thanks for putting in an American for us. Chris, did you just tune in? They asked about you. I said, no, you wanted to come soon enough, but I just glanced at my phone right before I hopped in here, and I saw your text. Edwin says, I did it for 30 days back in 1990 in New Zealand. Glad to hear of all the advancements made to the protocol, and also they are not connected to any of Hubbard's different groups. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was you or some other people that said we shouldn't even have mentioned that, and I totally agree. I think, personally, I was just leery. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to rope them into some religion or Scientology or some crazy stuff. I don't subscribe to any of that. So I've had people in the past when I say, hey, you should check out the book, Clear Body, Clear Mind. They're like, oh, isn't that a Scientologist thing? The Hubbard guy? I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't have to pay attention to that part. Just look at the stuff on the detox. Chet says, no problem getting sauna up to temperature tonight, even though temps in the high 20s outside. Awesome. Good deal. Glad that's working. What kind of what ambient temperature do you have in the room that you keep it in, Chet? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I'm sure it's not unheated. I'm sure it's not frozen, right? Gonzero says, drinking, eating a lot of food, quality time with family. What about you? That's the plan. I think I'm going to skip tomorrow. Probably won't be a live stream tomorrow at all. I'll just put up a placeholder and say no live stream today, and we'll pick it back up the following day. Truth Finder says, no worries, Chris. Mark Hoville says, yay, finally made it. Finally made it? What do you mean? 70 Fahrenheit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it should perform pretty good in that temp. At Mark, where are you tuning in from? Truth Fighter says, but I want to wear an orange toga, shave my head, and play tambourine. Are you guys drinking tonight? Somebody is, well, it's not Christmas yet, but somebody's getting into the eggnog or something. Is this going to be another night of censored chats? Somebody tries to put a link or something in the chat and it gets censored. And it says, do you know any info about the Pure Being franchises Dan referred to before COVID hit? I do not. You would have to ask Dan about that directly. I have no idea. I think the Pure Being thing, if I remember him explaining it correctly, is Get Detoxinated rebranded. So I don't know if that's all of his thing, or I have no idea. You'd have to ask him. Finally made it to do sauna and watch you at the same time. Awesome. What sauna are you in? Where are you at in the world? Are you in a freezing temperature? What's the temperature of your sauna? Give us the details. Now, I'm curious because, not a lot of people are able to tune in and sauna at the same time. So it's pretty cool that you're able to sync that up. And have you been saunaing regularly, or is this like a new thing for you? Just out of curiosity. Edwin says, have you done the detoxination protocol? Not Dan's to a T. I've done my own version of a niacin detox, but I didn't do the complete protocol. I did a lot of niacin, my own version of the supplementation, And then I did a ton of binder therapy, probably more than most people advise. But no, I've never done the exact protocol. I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to try it eventually, maybe next year, like first quarter next year. I know I can do 14 days. I don't know if I can do the 30 days. It's kind of, I mean, it's pretty intense. It's like this on steroids, but I don't know if I would want to. I mean, I guess I could film it. That would probably be really helpful. Chet says 136, climbing to 140. I preheated the sauna. Awesome. Yeah. I did not preheat the sauna and I screwed up. So I'm at 116 degrees and I'm totally dry. I'm not, I mean, I have like a little surface thing building, but I'm not sweating. I messed up. Even when I got in here, it wasn't on all the way. I don't know what I was thinking. Truth Fighter says, I've been to outdoor saunas. It's fun in the winter when you see snow outside, a guilty pleasure. That sounds great. Edwin says, I like they have all the supplements available as a package for $200. Yeah, that didn't seem like a bad deal at all, because sourcing that stuff, I mean, I've spent way more than that just, putting my own supplement packs together. So that was kind of cool. There's a few things that it doesn't come with though, but you could add those for not much money. Mar says, homemade sauna with just lights, about 125. Cool. Awesome. So what's up? What's going on, guys? There's not a whole lot of people tuning in tonight. I don't think most people over the Thanksgiving holiday are able to, but had a couple of topics wanted to talk about. Wanted to ask you guys, does anybody have an influence sauna that tunes in here? And if you do you like it? Do you not like it? What are the pros and the cons? There's a little backstory there, but definitely something I'm going to start asking around about. Edmund says, I think filming your detoxination experience would be good. You could just do the highlights. Yeah, definitely. Of course, for sure. I mean, it would make sense to film a few of them though, and kind of get a complete rundown, from start to finish on what it's like, because some of it can take, hour, 2 hours from the time you do either exercise or preheat to, setting up your day. There's a lot that can go into that. Truth Writer says, I saw your vids about that today, Matt. Yeah, so I I have refrained from making content about influence saunas probably since I first did it in 2019 when that company launched. And then just yesterday, one of the dudes from there threatened to sue me again because they don't like my commentary and all that. So I am going to start investigating a little bit. I'm going to start putting out some content about the product. And I'm going to start asking around and seeing what other people's experiences are. Had a pretty, there's been some people that had some pretty terrible experiences, and it would lead me to believe that the people are less than ethical and really just come across as not good people. I mean, they're basically blatantly bullying or forcing or threatening people to change what they say about their company. Or else they're going to sue them, kind of like they do with me, but it's a little different. Mara says, I'm in Michigan. Truth Writer, the meters don't lie. Yeah, but it's not just about the meters. So like the product can be great, but if the customer experience is terrible and they treat people like shit and they're, ruining a customer's Thanksgiving because they won't remove a negative review about them or something, and then they threaten that they're going to sue them for defamation, when in reality, if they just took care of the customer, they wouldn't be doing that in the first place. This is not a good thing, right? So there's kind of like somebody somewhere in the sauna community has to have some sense of obligation to, talk about this stuff freely. So, I mean, I don't necessarily want to be the guy that does that, but no one else is doing it. So there's going to come a time when, they're already saying they're going to sue me. So if whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. So we might as well talk about it. Mar says sweating. Edwin says detoxination has a teachable and as well on how to do the protocol. Yeah, I think so, Edwin. I mean, I have my own kind of version of all that stuff, but yeah, I would be down to try that sometime. Gone 7-0, threatening to sue you. It's crazy. Throws the true colors of that company. Nah, this happens a lot. I've had so many C&Ds. People have threatened to sue me so many times. It's crazy. But when customers, repeatedly are having trouble, that's kind of a red flag, right? So I'm not too worried about me. It's the other people. Who else is going to be taken advantage of? Who else, is going to have a bad experience and then, have their Thanksgiving ruined because they're arguing with their family over some company threatening them. And, this is called cyberbullying, is what it's called. And so the people that are associated with that company, I found some articles basically from the last couple of years. Apparently, they are well known for threatening people. And I don't really think that's too cool. In fact, I would say you'd have to be a pretty shitty person to operate your business like that. And so, what I would like to do is start asking around and see if anybody is a customer of them. Do you like the product? Was it a good experience? At least fact check some of this stuff instead of going on just my experience, because my experience has been awful. So, not the purchasing, the dealing with the people. Chet says, Chris ocean sweating tonight. No, Chris isn't here. We'll have to arrange that again, maybe middle of next week or something. Chris says, Chet, I was about 45 minutes ago. I finished mowing the yard. Gonzo, they're well known. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is nuts, man. If you treat people well, usually there's no reason for most of that stuff. I could see them, wanting to do that to me, but not to a customer that just had a bad experience or just can't get it right, and continuing to go through that. And there's not just one customer either; it's a lot of them. Chet says, "Is the grass still growing there?" Yes. Chris says, 82 here today. Well, did I skip any questions? So I take it that no one here, maybe somebody on the replay, will own an influence sauna or have something to add about it. I'm just curious. I'm going to start asking around, see what you guys think. What did I miss? I missed something. Ocean sweating. I missed that. Catch more bees with honey. Yeah, definitely. Detoxination, sweating, meters, Michigan. Edwin says, how hot do you think the 4-light half-inch grid insulation aluminum on the inside that is 4 feet by 5 feet by, is it completely sealed up or is there a vent? Because if it's totally sealed up, I mean, it's going to get pretty damn hot. I mean, you probably get to 130 degrees, I would imagine, after a decent amount of time. You don't really need to worry about the temperature, though, especially with the insulation and the aluminum foil on the inside. The, that is, it's 1,000 watts of heat. Okay, it's completely sealed up. Yeah, it's going to get pretty hot. I mean, you might even want to ventilate it at some point or just crack one part of it and see. I think you'll get to about 128, 130 degrees, I would imagine. But your body is going to take on a lot more heat than the air temperature. So I wouldn't necessarily go by the air temperature. You're going to know right away. Like if you wet well less than 18 to 20 minutes, like it's going to work well. You'll know. And if not, I can help you like tweak it or whatever you need. Chet says, never heard of that brand before. Is that internet sales or brick and mortar sales? It's internet. That's the other thing. I've never made content about them because why would you want to draw more attention to some company that's treating people badly? So we try to just leave it alone. Just make content for the people that are asking, because at one time there were so many inquiries I couldn't respond to them and I just got tired of it. But Chris says, are you in Radiant Health Sauna? Yes. E2H. Everyone says thumbs up. So Edwin, when are you going to use it for the first time? You think it's going to be tomorrow? Like, is that your first test? Sweet. Okay, cool. All right. So tomorrow's Thursday. On Friday, I'll have to remember to ask you about it and see how it goes. Are you prepping or planning anything? Or are you just going to kind of turn it on, hop in there and see? Are you sitting on a stool or do you have some other contraption to, like what's your setup inside? I understand about the insulation and the DIY thing, but what's your plan for the inside? Anybody else that happened to pop in? Do you guys have any questions for tonight? We're kind of just, we're just kind of going with the flow. We've got a topic for a couple sauna brands that we're sort of chatting about. And if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat. What are your Thanksgiving plans? Are you in a sauna tonight? What's going on with you? Got a short plastic stool to sit on for now. Okay, cool. All right, good. Yeah, that anything should work. What's your light configuration? Did you say pretty bare bones? Yeah, that's fine. The more bare bones, the better if you have the aluminum on the inside, because the reflection will actually bounce the light around a little bit, which is kind of cool. So are you doing the diamond pattern where all the lights are on one side wired up, or have you split the heat up a little bit? I can't remember. You probably told me this already, didn't you? Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is I didn't know if you were putting them. It's 4 feet by 5 feet. So I think in my tent setup, it's 5 feet long, 3 feet wide. What I did, instead of just putting them all on one side facing me, is I put two basically flanked on either side of the chest. I put one up high to kind of shine down on the body, and then I put one in the back. If it's really 5 feet long, there's plenty of room to try different configurations. The only time that you kind of get stuck is if it's too short and you end up too close to the bulbs, or there's no way for you to kind of get away from the surface temperature a little bit, because they're screaming hot. The surface temperature of the bulbs is really, really hot. Excuse me, really, really hot. Are you doing clamp lights, or did you get actual fixtures and you're mounting them? Truth Rider says, Matt, does it get really hot in the summer at Orlando? Like you could build an outdoor solar heated sauna box painted in black? Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's pretty hot. It's in the upper 90s. Summertime here makes you want to leave. So it's definitely hot. I like to go to Maine. Edwin says clamp. Okay, so if you're doing the clamps, I'm not sure what you're going to clip the clamps to, because you have the insulation box, and then or wait a minute, from a while ago, you said you were doing 2x4 frame, didn't you? So you're going to clamp the clamps to that? If that's the case, you can move it around easily. I would try 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and then 1 either overhead or wherever you like, either additional in the front up high, or 2 in the back. Either way, it'll heat you pretty evenly because you have the aluminum to bounce the heat around. We got up to 110 Fahrenheit this summer here in the desert. Yeah, it's super hot. Last time, it's been a long time, but last time I was in Scottsdale, we went to a couple no 2x4s. Mara says she stands or sits on a stool. Yeah, that works fine. That's what I do. I've got a little wooden stool in mine, and that works just fine. But I was just thinking about the heating configuration. You could easily move the lights if you're using clamp lights. So just don't make them, just clip one on, try it, and then move them around a little bit. You'll be able to figure out what you like. But that should be a pretty good base configuration. It's getting hot now. Solar heated sauna box painted in black. Are there the key areas to point them at? Yeah, for sure. I like to have, can the camera see that? I like to have 2 in the front. I can't show you because the camera won't show my hands, but basically, like between the neck and the belly button, it would be great if you could just point 2 of them there. And then either the rest, put them in the rear, pointed at your back, or what I do is I split it up even more. So I'll put 1 overhead, and those 2 that are flanked left and right in the front, they're kind of angled down a little bit, almost like just above the hip area, so that the bleed through of the light is hitting the majority of the chest and kind of getting the big parts of the legs a little bit. And then you have an upper light kind of shining down, getting a little bit of the head, the upper chest, and then the same thing in the back. You have an upper light shining down, getting your entire back, and all that stuff. That usually works pretty good. If you don't like it that way, though, you can try 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Or you could just put all 4 on one side like they do in some of the other near-infrared saunas, and just rotate around on the stool if you get too hot on one side. Truth Fire, do you ever get bored being in the sauna? I try to read sometimes. Absolutely. Oh yeah, it just depends. If I sauna a lot, I find myself getting bored. I mean, a lot of the time, that's why I like the meditation tracks. I like combining other things during my sauna sessions. Sometimes I don't usually read books because I used to do that. And I sweat all over the books. um, but I've set up a little thing outside the window. I've watched, YouTube before, try to learn stuff at the same time. But yeah, I definitely get bored sometimes. This would be boring doing this if you guys weren't in the live chat. So that's why I definitely like doing it this way. It kind of, keeps it fresh every few minutes. There's new questions. Edwin says, okay, thanks. We'll give it a whirl. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. Mar says, what type of foil? Mar, I think he bought insulation board that is aluminum backed. So on one side, it's usually, it's just aluminum foil or a foil type reflective material that is adhered to the insulation board. Christopher says, hit my homemade tonight for 40 minutes, had a good sweat, then was cleaning. Burnt my bun on one of the lamps. I forgot to turn it off. I peeled a piece of skin off. Yeah. I mean, I definitely try to try to warn people. The surface temperature of the heat lamps are very, very hot. They're definitely hot. And Christopher, I didn't forget about you either. I still have to call you. It's on my to-do list. It'll probably be after Thanksgiving though, unless I have a chance to do it tomorrow. But I'd imagine you probably, what Chet says, I get bored sitting in here. That's why I think the 30 for 30 challenge helps me so much. Yeah, that makes sense. I could get that. I mean, it definitely helps me. Can you imagine me doing a 30 for 30 and just kind of like, if I don't have a topic for the day, or if I don't have something to either chat about, or you guys don't have questions, or there's no interaction with other people, I mean, yeah, it's a completely different experience to do like a 30 for 30. So I could totally see that. Truth Writer says, yeah, I read disposable magazines. I won't care if they get wet. Meditation soundtrack helps. Yeah, you could do audiobooks and stuff too through the speakers if you wanted to listen to a book or learn something new. Edwin says, got the 1/2 RMAX rigid insulation with foil on one side. Christopher says, I listen to meditative music and meditate and go into deep thought once the body relaxes. Much easier to get into meditation. Cool. I like that. What type of, is there any particular stuff that you like to listen to, Christopher? Just out of curiosity. Like I like some of Jeffrey Thompson's meditation tracks, the Monroe Institute stuff. There's a whole bunch of them that I think are cool. Edwin says about $14 a sheet, and that is 4 by 8 feet. Yeah, it's definitely, that stuff is cost effective for sure. Faux show. So we're going on 28 minutes, guys. I'm probably going to log off a little bit early. I'll stay on for another 5 minutes or so. If you guys have questions, if you want to chat about something before I go, I'm trying to cut it a little early tonight, give myself a break tomorrow. There will not be a live stream tomorrow. I'll put up a reminder video for tomorrow night saying no live stream tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off, but I'm not going to skip the day. So I think today's day 17, if that's correct. So I'll do day 18, which is tomorrow on Friday. So I won't, I am going to take the day off, but I won't skip the day. Okay, stuff like this, no talking, more meditative sounds. Cool. Have you guys listened to anything really weird? Like I think there was a guy, what was his name? It'll come to me, but he made some meditation tracks where it was like whale sounds and super primitive stuff. It was really, really weird. I mean, part of it I kind of liked, and then the other part of it was like, wow, this is so crazy. This is how they communicate. It was pretty bizarre. I think it was, man, I can picture the guy. I think his name was Dr. Andrew Weil. I don't know if he's really a doctor. I think he's like chiropractic or something. But he used to make some meditation tracks that I thought were pretty cool. I don't know what they're called. This is probably from 10 years ago. But Truth Fighter says, happy Turkey Feast, Matt. Thank you very much. Same to you. Christopher says, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thanks, Christopher. Same to you. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Edwin says, Matt, I'll email you a link for a good 30-minute meditation by John Burton called Rising Above Yourself. Cool. Thank you. I'd like to check it out. Never heard of that one. Definitely never heard of that one. So we're at the 30-minute mark, guys. Been live for 30 minutes. This is day 17 of the 30 for 30. Andrew Weil is the guy with the big beard. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mara says, no health risk with the board. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, if you point those lights at open insulation, but if he, if he cuts the seams pretty straight and then tapes it up with aluminum tape, I mean, you're not getting foam insulation inside the breathing environment. But yeah, after some period of time, it's probably a good idea to vent that sucker. But I mean, just trying it out, making sure everything works, using it for a few weeks, some months, whatever. Nah, it's not going to be any worse than all the other stuff that we that we come into contact with. Goncero says, I'm gonna get going. Have a good Thanksgiving, Matt. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Good to see you. Thanks, Edwin. Good to see you as well. Yeah, planned event. Yeah, eventually. And you'd be surprised. You could actually put permanent vents in there and it'll still heat you up. So it's, what's interesting? Every time I go to end a live stream early, more people show up. This is so weird. If you're just tuning in, guys, I was getting ready to hop off, but I'll stick around for another couple minutes. If you have questions, this is day 17 of 30 for 30. I'm trying to do a little bit shorter night tonight. It is Thanksgiving Eve. Just need a break. I've been burning the candle at both ends. Been working pretty hard for a couple days to a week now, and yeah, just ready to relax a little bit. But Jeff says, oh, that's right. Jeff says, got my High Tech Health Transcend 3 set up today. Went pretty smoothly. Took about 90 minutes. And I did have to make 3 attempts to get the seal right. Thanks for the heads up on the issue. Yeah, it's that's cool. At least you got it, though. Have you tried it yet, Jeff? Do you like it? What do you think? And I'm not sure when you say what you think, like, or what are you comparing it to? Like, what else have you used? Or if you haven't used it yet, I guess I'll have to ask you on Friday. You liked it? Cool. Did it take a while to preheat? Or what kind of environment do you have it in? Like, is it a warm room? Did it heat up pretty fast? You get a good sweat? Take a while? Pros and cons? Any feedback? Just out of curiosity. Chet says, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy friends and family tomorrow. You guys as well. Thanks, Chet. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Mar says, yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Joe says, yes, loved it. That was the High Tech Health. Cool. I'll give it a couple more. Hopefully Jeff is responding. I always like feedback when somebody gets a, I thought it went fast, took it up to 145, took about 10 minutes to get to 110. Okay, cool. So you must have it in a pretty warm room. Generally, they take a little bit longer to preheat, but it just comes down to environment. So we're at 33 minutes, guys. If you guys have any other, oh, okay, awesome, 68 degrees, perfect. That's working out really well then. You guys have any other questions before I sign off? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Good to see everyone. Wasn't sure. Wasn't there another guy that bought something else that was setting it up in the last 2 days, like Jeff, not a High Tech Health, but purchased another sauna or waiting for another sauna and was going to set it up. I like that when people pop back in and, this camera is getting a little hot. The focus there is not so good. I could be hallucinating though. Maybe there was no one else. I know there's a lot of people waiting on saunas, but most of those are not coming for, I don't know if it's a couple months, but at least a month or so. So no other questions, no other feedback. Can't tell if there's a lag in the chat or if everybody is good. I see some people signing off. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Have a great day. Ordered last Thursday and got it yesterday. Cool. You're an anomaly, Jeff. Most of the sauna companies are sold out right now. So awesome. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Enjoy your sauna over the holiday. Good to see everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get showered and relax. There was, it just occurred to me. Somebody asked about the, is there a difference? Like, what do you do after the DIY sauna sessions? Is it any different than a far infrared sauna? The answer is no. I forgot all about that. I was going to talk about that tonight. It's just heat therapy. So it doesn't matter if you're in a steam sauna, a sweat lodge, a wood burning sauna, an infrared sauna, a near infrared heat lamp sauna, a far infrared panel sauna. When you're done with the session, you really just want to cool down, take a cool shower if you like that. and scrub off. Unless you're doing one of those protocols for hyperthermia where you're trying to get the core temperature using like a rectal thermometer or something. I don't do this, but there are people that do. And you're trying to maintain that heat for like some type of a particular disease application. There really is no reason to stay wrapped up in the heat. So just wanted to, I forgot to mention that earlier. So, but anyway, I'm going to go get showered. Hope you guys are doing great. Have a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you on Friday. No live stream tomorrow night, by the way.